You're listening to The Jeff Crilley Show on Talk Radio 1190.
Welcome back to The Jeff Crilley Show. Can you believe summer's half over? But my next guest, Sarah Bergman, she is with parkandpreston.com is the website. Park and Preston Travel is her company. She's the owner. It's not too late to book a summer vacation.
It's not too late, I promise. There's still plenty of places to go.
Well, let's talk travel. What are some of your favorite destinations?
We do a lot of family travel. So it's a lot of Disney, a lot of Universal, cruises. We really focus on where you can go with your family. Myself, I have 2 little ones. The other women that work for me, they're all moms. So we do a lot of family travel.
And, of course, you believe in doing your homework and research. Yes. It's a tough job going to visit all of these attractions.
It can be, which is why I always people just call us.
Right?
Like we do this a lot. You know, we know a lot of the ins and the outs and tips and tricks. And not that you won't have a good time if you go.
Right.
But when you know what you're doing, you have a much better time.
And I was on your Facebook. You have some great stuff there. You're kind of giving back behind the scenes tips.
Yes. I went with 2 of the girls that work with me. We did a conference a few weeks ago and got to go and we got to act like kids because our kids were at home.
Oh, that's cool.
So we did a lot of really cool stuff.
So I know in the past, say, 15 years, everybody went to the internet to book their own stuff.
Yes.
But like if you're having a bad time someplace and you booked your trip through, one of the major Travelocities or whatever, there's really nobody you can call and say,
exactly.
hey,
and that's what I tell a lot of people. It's really funny. I'll be at a party. People be like, what do you do? And I'm a travel agent. They look at me like I'm a unicorn. They still exist,
Right.
People they're not aware. And that's the main point is you can book your trip through one of those. They're great. They're great suppliers. I work with them. But when something goes wrong, if something goes wrong and you call their 800 number, you don't know who you're going to talk to.
Right.
Or call my cell phone.
Isn't that cool?
That's what I do. I know who to call. If there's a problem, I've probably faced it before and we know how to fix it. And so it's just it's a nice safeguard. And I think the other big misconception is it's going to cost you exactly the same.
And when you develop relationships with some of these hotels, it's a personal relationship. So
Exactly.
so you can actually get on the phone with somebody that you've dealt with in the past and say, hey, it's Sarah.
And I text people.
That's awesome.
It's just we know each other. We've worked together for a long time, and if there's issues, I can usually fix it a little quicker than sitting on hold for 45 minutes while you're looking at the beach, but your room's not ready and you don't know what to do, and I can fix it for you.
Well, and it's a lot easier using a travel agent.
It is. It's
a
lot easier.
You're not having to think about all of these different things, right?
Exactly. And we've got some really cool software where we can put together your itinerary, especially on those trips where you visit a few places. Like I've got an app. And so we can, we load everything up, and even your flights, it automatically changes, and everything is just made a little bit easier, and you get that personal touch.
Well, let's talk about some different options. I noticed on your website cruises as well. Cruising has become really popular, hasn't it?
Cruises are probably my favorite place to travel, or favorite way to travel. I love going places, but I hate getting there.
Right.
The actual, especially I have a 1.5-year-old and a 2.5-year-old. So getting on airplanes and in cars and on trains and all of that, it's a hassle. And my favorite part about cruises is you get on that boat and you unpack and you can visit 8 different places.
Do you love it when a family comes to you and says, Sarah, you do what you do? I mean, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for tropical or a beach or whatever. And then you say, oh, I've got you.
Yes. It's a lot of fun. And 9 times out of 10, I find myself getting very jealous.
Really?
Yes. I'm like, I want to go with you.
So you've been doing this now. You've had your own company for how many years?
We actually just started the Park and Preston this year. I've been in the industry for a little under 3 years. And it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. What's one of your favorite stories of a family you've helped or?
I love the surprises. Like I said, we do a lot of Disney, a lot, and I'm sure people have seen the YouTube videos of the little kid opening up their magic bands. And they find out they're leaving tomorrow. Like I love being a part of those surprises. I have a friend who is a client of mine who was just so happened to be in the Magic Kingdom the day they coronated the new Disney princess Elena. Well, her daughter's name is Elena, and was dressed like Elena. And Disney Channel was there and caught her, and it was her birthday, and she was on TV, and it was a whole thing. You know, I just love that magic. It makes me so excited.
And how about getting the phone call or the visit after the trip, and they say, "Oh my goodness, Sarah."
Oh, the pictures. The pictures are the best. They're the best. We actually do a lot of business with races that take place on each coast of Disney. The big one each year is in January, and they have a challenge called the Dopey Challenge, where you run a 5K one day, a 10K the next day, a half marathon the next day, and full marathon the next day. It's 48.6 miles over 4 days. My favorite is when that weekend is over and my clients send me pictures of them at the finish line. And I did it, and we did it. And I always go, and so it's great to be a part of it. It's a blast.
Well, one of the things that I love about Disney is that even after all these years, they haven't lost sight of the fact that even though they do it every day, for this family, I mean, this may be the one time,
This
right?
is it, and it's a blast. And I've had a lot of clients say, "Oh, this is going to be our big Disney trip, and we can only do this one time." And they go and they come back, and they're like, "So when can we go back next year?"
What's your favorite trip you've taken recently?
Oh, my favorite trip recently, it'll go back to what I was just telling you about with the marathon. This past January, I did it myself. And it was my first full marathon, and I was out there with a bunch of friends, a bunch of clients, and we did it. And then my husband and my kids met me there, and we got on a cruise right after that. And
Wow.
it just, it was amazing.
How do you like to vacation? Do you like to go see stuff, or do you eat, or
It's
lounge
a
around?
mix of both, and it also depends on where I am. Like, I like to say, when I'm in Vegas, I'm there for the restaurants. Like, I
Right.
love the food. I like, trying stuff out. When I'm at Disney, I want to see as many characters as I can, and I want to, play with my kids. And when I go to an all-inclusive, I want to sit on the beach.
That's
it's
cool.
it's a lot of fun.
We talk a lot about millennials on this show. How would you say the millennial traveler is different from the boomer traveler?
It's a lot of do-it-yourself, and that I think is a big pushback with wanting to use a travel agent. It's like, well, I get it, but I like doing it myself. And my favorite clients are the ones that do their research and know what they want, and we can work together. And
Right.
I think there's a big misconception there that if I book with you, then you get to do all the fun, and you get to, I'm not
Right.
going to get to pick which excursions I want or whatever, and that's just not the case.
Well, we've all heard those horror stories where, the hotel or motel has taken these beautiful pictures, and then when you show up and you say, "Wait a minute, that's the pool from the picture," and you're able to say, "No, you're not that hotel.
Exactly.
Let me."
And that's whenever I joke that when I started this, I never get to take a vacation again because it's all work. But it's great work. But when I'm in new places, I see as many hotels as I can, and I take a bunch of pictures, and we try to know what exactly it is that we're selling to our clients.
Sarah Bergman is my guest, parkandpreston.com. I love that website.
Thank
How
you.
easy is that to remember? You were probably so excited when
It was.
It's available?
It's available. When we were brainstorming different ideas and names that just always stuck out to me. And when the website was there, I was like, all right, this is it. We got to do it.
Okay, so we've talked about Disney. Are there some vacations that are not as well publicized that you want to talk about?
We like to work with a lot of different tour operators where it's kind of all bundled into one. I've got one in Costa Rica. I just love working with them. They will help put everything together, and I actually just got an email from them this morning saying that my clients, they're arriving in about a week and a half, and they got a call that the hotel is overbooked their first night. But because of our relationship with the supplier and the supplier's relationship with the resort, they get a free upgrade.
Oh, my goodness.
So instead of saying, "Oh, we got to find somewhere for them to go," they get a much better room. And I get to deliver that message to them, say, "Hey, guess what, guys?"
Right? That's so cool. That's so cool. And do you also surprise families if you know that they're celebrating an anniversary
Absolutely.
or like a special little touch that...
Absolutely. We always try to add just a little bit extra wherever they go to make sure, that's the part of working with the person is this isn't just a vacation. This is, it means a lot. And it means a lot to us that you would trust your vacation
Yes.
to us. And so we want to be sure to make sure we know we're appreciative.
Let's talk about boomers going on vacation. A lot of people, I mean, we're all living longer, and some people are, when I finally retire, I am going to go just see the world.
Yes.
I mean, is boomer traveling big business right now?
It is. It is. And, as I said before, we're a lot of family travel. So we don't have a ton personally, but it is. And there's so many different options. And my favorite, I was actually the other day looking at some of these world cruises where you get on there for 6 months and you see everything. It's unbelievable.
Wow. You've been a great guest. Can you come back sometime?
Sure, absolutely.
Sarah Bergman, the website, parkandpreston.com. She's the owner of Park and Preston Travel, LLC. Check it out right now.
Thanks so much.
Coming back, when we come back, a night of art, beauty, and fashion for a very good cause, and how you can get involved in this work of heart is next on The Jeff Crilley Show.
More of The Jeff Crilley Show coming up.